the Catholic almanac. So that's how we wind up with Spanish names. But before that, there was not such a thing. You know? And those are the names that our ancestor came with. Abasi, Lugumba, I don't know about Benguche, I know about Sambola, Sambula, right? Sambula is an original name that still exists today. Guiti is a Garifuna original name that exists today. What about Satuye?
Original.
Right? Satuye is not even a Spanish name.
French name.
Right? But there is a kid I know, his name is Jose Satuye. And his sister is Gloria Satuye. They reside in New York. I bet they even have no clue about the origin of that name. I've been trying to find them. To tell them, right? And they come from Giriga. They come from Giriga. Yeah.
Talking about names, in Urumene, one of the great chiefs, as a matter of fact, he was before Châtelet. His name was Jean Baptiste.
Yeah.
He's one of the great chiefs that preceded Châtelet. And in Sanibé, where I'm from, my people were called Baptiste. Okay? They were called Baptiste, and my father didn't marry and stuff like that. But the most crucial names, common names in Sanibé, Baptiste, that's the most prominent name. And then you have Lavier, which is a French name. Baptiste is the most, no, B-A-P-T-I-S-T, Baptiste. B-A, the French name. B-A-P-T-I-S-T.
Like this?
Baptiste, yeah. E for the E,
Not the
right?
T-E.
Baptiste. Baptiste.
Baptiste?
Baptiste, right.
Okay.
And that's a very, very common name in Sanibé.
Okay.
And then you have Lavier.
How do you spell Lavia?
L-A-V-I-A. Lavier.
Like this?
I-A.
I-A. Lavier.
A instead of E.
Right. Lavier. And that's a French name too. But Jean Baptiste was one of the great chiefs that preceded Châtelet.
Now we do have Baptiste in Honduras.
Maybe that's the
Maybe they just spell it because of
French, exactly.
because of where they are.
We have
Exactly.
to find out if this is a...
Location.
The first thing we have to know if this is a Spanish name. Baptiste?
No, no,
Maybe it come from Baptiste.
Batista.
Go ahead, Lucia. You need to take a break?
But before you guys take a break, you need to answer some of the questions.
Yeah.
Teacher is gonna ask you to see if you pay attention.
You have questions now. Okay, you don't have any questions? Can't hear you. Okay. So you have to listen to the answer. Go ahead.
I've also heard that Gamboa, which is the name in
That's
Greece,
correct,
is
Gamboa.
the original Garifuna name. Yeah.
Gamboa. There's a lot of Garina Gamboa
Gamboa and then
today in Honduras, everywhere. There are Sambulas in Honduras and there are Sambulas in Nicaragua. You know? And Guevara, I think Guevara is Spanish. Yeah. Arriola, those names are Spanish. Yeah. I believe we have to do work, and I'm urging the younger generation to take upon the investigation of these origins. All right, Stamina? Yeah. It's good to know.
You have to ask them
You
questions.
shouldn't be your Stamina, you know? What's going on here? Yeah, go ahead.
So you said that we were baptized with the Spanish name?
Definitely. Upon baptism, we adopted the Spanish names. Okay? In other words, Garinagu were forced to take their godfather's name, surname, or sometimes first name. That's why you find Garinagu called Jaime, Miguel, and such names as a last name. They have in Corozal, they have like well, they have names used as last names. Yeah.
For the children, so that you understand, that a lot of the Garina who came from Yurumen, from St. Vincent, they didn't have last names. They only had a name. And according to what Cheryl was doing the research on, she was telling me that they belong to clans, right, Cheryl? To clans, you know. So a lot of them did not have Spanish last names. They adopted them here once they came, right?
They adopted them in Central America.
In Central America.
We're in the United States, remember?
Did the clans?
Kids have it,
Did the clans have names?
No, only first names, right, Cheryl?
Such and such clan, or?
Only first names. Yeah.
There's a long list
Kids
of
have
names that originally, the Garina originally had prior to arrival to St. Vincent. There is, I think Mr. Clifford Palacio has posted those names somewhere, if you
Yeah.
can make them available.
They're online. Those names are online. I just don't remember the link, but I have to look it up. Oh, CMBite.com. Yes, right there. You can find the original.
Maybe you can forward them to,
I'll forward it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the list there of the original names, and some of them are Francois. Francois is one of them.
okay.
Let's take the
Now,
question
another-
from the kids. Yeah.
Another question right here, Oscar.
So you're saying my dad got last
Just please.
Question.
Question here, a very important question.
Yes.
Get the kids involved. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you're saying that my dad got his last name from his grandfather?
Yes. Your dad got his name from his grandfather. But his great grandfather probably got it from his from his godfather. Okay, remember one thing. When you look at black man and his name is Smith, or you see a black man, his name is Reyes, you gotta think twice. You know, don't get so used to it. When you see a black man, his name is Lugumba, you say, what's that? You know, where you got that name from? What if he asks you where you got Smith from? He got his own name. It's original.
That's right.
Well, who are we when our name is Reyes, when our name is, our last name is Flores, you know, Laboriel, Nunez, you know, these are adopted names, right? These are adopted names. We have to keep that in mind. So they are original names and they are adopted names. But guess what? One way or another, we can always trace our roots to the original name if we do investigate. And we have to investigate. Because let me give you a little illustration here. Can I erase this?
Yes.
And this goes for everybody, especially the kids.
You guys.
I mean, break.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to answer.
Okay, what is
Before you
this?
go to break, you're gonna have to answer some
Can
questions.
someone tell me what is this?
A leaf.
Leaf, right? And then we got,
Plant. A
Stem.
branch.
and then another leaf, right?
Tree. Yes.
Okay. Then we got a lot of branches, right? Then you got the canopy, a lot of trees. What is this?
Tree. The stem.
Trunk. That's the trunk, right?
Stem is
Now,
they learn stem, so give it to them.
you got fruits, right? You got fruits out of the tree, right?
Yeah.
What kind of fruits?
Depending on the tree. Okay, now, you know what is the most important element for this tree?
Water?
The roots.
This is the dirt here, and whatever goes here. Yeah?
You're a good artist, eh?
This is what's important on the tree, because this tree takes all the necessary elements from the ground, right, through the roots, and the little filaments that the roots got, right, those are the filaments that feed the tree. And you can compare that to a human life. If you eat, breathe, and drink, and something else every day, that's not so important. What's the missing element? Okay, we call those physiological necessities, right? That we perform in daily basis. Some of them are even automatic in our bodies, body function. But anyway, have we find out what is the nutrient that keeps us going every day? Have we? Go ahead.
The oxygen?
Actually, those are physiological. And I'm not talking about that. To our existence today, let's say you, as Osman Morales, right? Who are you? Do you know who are you? Who you are? A human being. And that's it? Where do you come from? What kind of character? The character that we have developed today as individuals, it has a lot to do with this person, this other one, this other one, this other one here, and guess what? Everybody that you have been nurtured from in order for you to be given birth. Because this is your DNA, right? So what happens if we just come, eat, drink, sleep every day, and show happiness, assume. You're not really enjoying who you really are because you don't know your origin. And chances are you can't cope with all the challenges of life because you don't really have a clue about what life is. But if you go and do a research, then life becomes a little bit more interesting to you as a human being, as someone who can link himself to all these people who you can thank for your existence. Otherwise, when someone go cuckoo, we don't understand why he went cuckoo, When someone is so intelligent, we don't understand why, and we take him for granted. But if you know that you had so many intelligent people over here, fighters, and all kind of talents here, then you start looking for that in your offsprings, or your children. And you see, oh, this one, we have to send him to a special school, because chances are he's gonna be like this man over here, right? And then when you start thinking day and night, you don't know why these ideas come into your head. Sometimes, you're directly linked to them because you're part of their DNA. Okay? So it's important for us to get to know where we come from. And when you do research about your own family, your own tree, you'll find people who are forgetful and people who can tell you the birthday of everybody in their family. You can find those kind of contrasts. You'll find people who have always been artists. There have always been artists in those families. People who are singers. People who did nothing. So that's you. All those things are embedded in you. But you're going to be able to strengthen the positive characters that you encounter in your family tree. All right? That's why we have to find out who descended from Satuye. Right? We do have to find out who descended from Gulisi. Because that's important blood, just like mine. Mine is important blood too. Yours is important. Right? So therefore, the people who fought in St. Vincent, I think they did a great job.
They surely did.
Because all of us descend from those different people who, one way or another, fought alongside Satuye by serving food, by carrying luggage, by holding weapons and all that. Okay, so everybody counts, and I believe that should be the conclusion of our presentation on Satuye today. Now, questions?
I want the kids before the kids go out to break, maybe they could tell us a little bit of what you learned today. Go ahead. No, you just had a question.
I was going to just remind everybody. Of course, we took the whole period, but it's good, very good. Next week, we are going to begin with everybody together to do another presentation. we need to, of course, today we need to address the idea of Joseph Satiem. And then we got carried away with our ancestry, which is very good. And but we need to really talk about the suffering and the exile of our people, because that too we celebrate in March. So next week, that's what we are going to.
Anybody knows the arrival of the Garifuna to Central America? The date?
We wrote it before. We
The
wrote
first
it
class
April
was
April 12th.
April 12th,
April
1897.
It's directly linked to the event of the death of Joseph
Yeah, that's
Satiem.
also kind
You know? So his death did not go in vain. You know? His death may have also contributed to strengthen the people who continue fighting them. You know? And eventually they surrendered, and because of that, we are here. And guess what? To take this home with you, we are, again, this sounds like a song. We are the only African descent who remain enslaved in this continent. We have never been enslaved. And also, we are the only African descent in this continent that are considered native of America, the American continent, indigenous of this continent. Okay?
And also too, the revolution in Haiti, it was in 1791. And I believe that the Haitians defeated the French as the Garifunas in the French. And I believe that the Garifuna struggle in Urume inspired the people in Haiti to overthrow the French.
Definitely, that's why they had to send 2 ships from North America,
Exactly.
from the Canada region, to go directly and fight the Garifuna, because they did not want any other island to uprise.
2 regiments from
2 regiments were sent, directly to reinforce the effort of the British, in Urume. That's how they were able to surrender. I mean, to win the war.
Let's hear from the children real quick so we can go to break. Okay, who wants to go first? All right, come in the middle right here and
Give a little explanation.
tell us what you learned,
Yes.
one at a time. Come on. Let's go with Isani, then Mr. Morales. Hold on, Isani.
Isani, you want to
Fix
go
your hands.
first?
Fix your hands.
Isani, I'm brave. Synonyms.
Good.
Good.
You look handsome. Hey.
All right.
I agree to that.
Tell us what you learned.
Today, Isani.
I learned that one wa means children, child.
Does anybody want to ask Isani anything he learned?
Tell us what you learned about Joseph Satiem.
Look at your notes, yeah. What did you learn about Joseph Chatouillet?
He thought he was immortal.
Yeah, very good. All right, next. You go next.
I don't know.
Mr. Come on, just stand
You
over
raised your hand. You had raised your hand. Why?
Tell everybody who you are.
Isaiah Morales.
Isaiah Morales. Okay, what did you learn today?
Isaiah.
You didn't learn anything today?
I did. I don't know.
Okay, Dr. Gill is asking you a question.
What was the great chief's name?
Moeti.
Alexander was the one he fought with.
Let me
What's the-
Let me make a correction.
What was the name of the chief?
What's his name?
He fought with Alexander.
Alexander. Nothing.
You will never
You almost
forget
said
it.
it. You almost said it already.
Happy. You spelled immortal. It's 2 M's.
Oh, sorry.
You remember the other name?
What's the name for St. Vincent?
What's the name of the island of St. Vincent in Garifuna? We learned it too. I know it's kind of hard, but you're gonna remember this. You.
I got it.
How do say that? Read it.
Yurume.
Now what does that
Very
mean?
good.
Good.
That's the island of St. Vincent, right? All right. All right, Laruni, or no, Jaren. Tell us who you are.
Garifuna. I learned Shatue, who died in 1795, and later in April he left Africa and arrived in
What was that?
Left, no, not
If
Africa.
he died, he didn't leave.
He died in 1795.
Okay.
In April 1797, the
They came.
victory.
Okay. So you mentioned Africa. Just to clarify that. No. Ms. Nguyen, maybe you could correct them.
Who came from Africa?
Yeah.
No. Africans came to St. Vincent, and that's how they got mixed with the Indians. Carib, Arawak Indians were in St. Vincent. The Africans came to live among them, and that's how they got married with the Indians, and the Indians started having children that looked like me and you, black children. That's the group of people that we are, Garina.
So,
The children of the Africans and the Indians.
so where does Garina come from? Yurume. Not Africa. Okay. Laruni?
Wow.
She has a Garifuna name.
Laruni.
Laruni.
You know the meaning of Laruni? Tell us about it.
Brightness.
Right?
Brightness.
Right now, Laruni.
I learned that Shatue died on March 14th, 1795. He believed that he was immortal, and the man that he had fought, his name was Alexander Lee.
Wow.
Wonderful.
She's reading it on her mind. Man.
Look at everybody.
She's remembering.
We are proud.
Very good. That was good. Wow. Isian.
You need to test the adults. Look at Mr. Black.
We'll get the children first because they want to go and play. Come
Let the children hear your adults fumble.
on. Okay. All right, let's welcome Isian. Okay, don't look at your daddy, look at the class.
You said a lot from here, so repeat.
What did you learn?
I learned that Joseph Sakier was assaulted on his back.
That's good.
And
Ambushed.
yeah, and I also learned that everybody is descended from Carol or Erlewak and Carol.
Yes, very good. All right. Osman Jr.
Anybody remembers the name of the place where Joseph Sakier was killed?
Dorsetshire. All right. Introduce yourself.
My name is Austin Howard Jr. And I learned that my dad got his last name from his grandpa.
Okay.
Grandpa. And I don't know, that's it.
Okay, well, the audience could ask you something, right?
Do you remember the name of the place where Joseph Sakier was killed? In St. Vincent in Uruguay?
Something like this.
There is a monument on Dorsetshire Hill where Joseph Sakier.
It's only one thing.
One thing.
One more. you know what date was Joseph Satir killed? Did Joseph Satir die?
April.
No, not April. There's a victory in April.
March.
14.
You want to know?
Yeah, there you go. Have a seat. Thank you.
And who are you, Nico?
Kabuki.
What is your ethnicity? Who are you? Are you Latino? Who are you?
You belong to Garifuna.
You. Who are you? Yeah.
I don't know.
Who are you?
Garifuna.
Hey, who are you? Necia?
Garifuna and Spanish.
There's no such a thing.
All right, go take a break, you guys.
April.
No, not April. There's a victory in April.
March.
14.
You want
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
And who are you, Nico?
Kabuki.
What is your ethnicity? Who are you? Are you Latino? Who are you?
You belong to?
You. Who are you?
I don't know.
Who are you?
Garifuna.
Hey, who are you? Nicia?
Garifuna and Spanish.
There's no such a thing.
All right, go take a break, you guys.
Good. So it says, on the island of Baliso, there's where we sat, there's where we wept, because of suffering. Of course, once you hear the story of Baliso, you'll get the gist of it. Aba hachaga ni wa Inglesi, lwago ubogu Baliso, buhabumu chagwabu dunyo. Ida lubayi wadonu ni wagara wumida kulasulir. The British, the English, threw us on the island of Baliso so they can exterminate us. How can we play our drums in that place? And the idea behind the playing of drums is celebrating, having fun, rejoicing. How can we do that on the island of Baliso? The other part is and we sing this song to the tune of
Bob Marley song, right?
on the
On
the river by the rivers
of
of
Babylon.
That's the tune we
Yeah,
use.
we sat down.
Yeah. So the last part is saying Dimure letira wayuma luma samina letira wanigi gadina mala nigidu gembabu wawabu. Let the words from our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable in your sight for us, or for our sake. And we sing this, we go. Luagubo hubaliso yewayura yewayahuaha laguga sufuri. Turn off my phone so I'm not disturbed.
On the island of Baliso.
Go again. Luagubo hubaliso yewayura yewayahuaha laduga sufuri. I hear you. Very good. So let's go. Luagubo hubaliso yewayura yewayahuaha laduga sufuri. Luagubo hubaliso Luagubo hubaliso yewayura yewayahuaha laduga sufuri. If we get that part, we good.
Yeah.
So we go again. Luagubo.
Baliso.
Let me sing for you.
Okay.
Where?
Luagubo baliso. Luagubo baliso. Let's go. Luagubo
Baliso.
Yang. Excuse you.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be listening
Yeah.
and repeating. You listen, then you sing. Thank you. So we go again. Luagubo baliso. You listen, then you sing.